After an equipment maintenance work order is closed in EasyM Web, it's automatically stored in the equipment maintenance history. To access the equipment maintenance history, click on Maintenance History View, Approve, and Edit under the Equipment Maintenance drop-down list on the left side of the screen. Clicking on the Maintenance History View, Approve, and Edit link will take you to the following screen, which we'll call the Main Equipment Maintenance History screen. In the Equipment Maintenance History, you can do the following. View a list of all completed work orders. View and change details about closed work orders and approved work orders. Print the work order history. Use the search feature to search for completed work orders. In the following demonstration, we'll describe how to perform each of these tasks. At the Main Equipment Maintenance History screen, you'll see the list of completed work orders. For each completed work order in the list, you can see the following information. Its work order number. Each work order is identified by a unique work order number, which is shown in the work order number column, which is the leftmost column in the list. The manufacturer's serial number of the equipment. The manufacturer's serial number of the piece of equipment for which the work order was created is shown in the MSN column. The equipment name of the equipment. The equipment name of the piece of equipment for which the work order was created is shown in the equipment name column. The day on which the maintenance was completed. The day on which the work order was closed is shown in the maintenance date column. The internal control number of the equipment. The internal control number that uniquely identifies the piece of equipment for which the work order was created is shown in the ICN column. Whom the work order is assigned to. The person to whom each work order is assigned is shown in the Assigned To column. Who approved the work order. If the work order has been approved by a supervisor, the supervisor who approved the work order is shown in the Approved By column. On the right side of the screen, there's a quick search box that lets you search for a work order, either by its unique work order number, by the internal control number, or manufacturer's serial number of the piece of equipment for which the work order was created. To search by work order number, internal control number, or manufacturer serial number, click in one of the circles named Work Order Number, Internal Control Number, or Manufacturer Serial Number, respectively. Then, depending on what you selected, type the work order number, internal control number, or manufacturer serial number into the box immediately below. Then click on the Go button. The list of work orders will be updated to match only those which fit your search criteria. To restore the list to show all of the work orders, just click on the Go button without entering anything. In EasyM Web, you can also view details of closed work orders, edit some details of closed work orders, approve work orders to indicate that a supervisor has signed off on them, and print them as well. To do any of these actions, you must first go to the Main Equipment Maintenance History screen. Then, in the list of work orders, locate the work order you want to edit, view, or approve, and then locate and click on the small button in the Edit column that corresponds with that work order. You'll be taken to the following screen. This screen lists all of the details of the work order you selected. This screen is very similar to the one described earlier in this demonstration where you create a new work order, except that only certain details of the work order can be changed now that the work order has been completed and saved into the history. However, you can edit the following items under the Work Order Approval and Notes and Work Order Costs sections. In the Work Order Approval and Notes section, you can edit the notes and exceptions for the work order, and if you're a supervisor, you can approve the work order by selecting yourself in the Approved By drop-down box. In the Work Order Costs section, you can edit the total labor hours required in the maintenance, the total cost for the labor, the length in hours for which the equipment had to be taken offline, and the total cost of the materials and replacement parts used in the maintenance. If you want to print the work order, there are two ways to do this. You can click on the Print button at the bottom of the screen, or you can use the Reports box at the right side of the screen. To print the full work order using the Reports box, begin by clicking on the circle called Full Report to select it. Then click on the small Print button in the lower right corner of the box. After selecting your printer, the work order will print. When you select Full Report, the work order that prints out contains all of the materials, operations, and parts and other items included in the work order. You can also use the Reports box to print a work order that only contains materials, operations, or parts. To do this, select one of the circles called Materials, Operations, or Parts in the Reports box, and then click on the Print button at the lower right. Once you've made all the desired changes to the work order, then click on the Save button at the bottom of the screen to save all your changes. To exit from the work order without making any changes, click on the Cancel button instead. EasyM Web also lets you print out a list of all the completed equipment maintenance work orders. To do this, you must first go to the main Equipment Maintenance History screen. Then, locate the yellow-colored Print button at the right side of the screen. After clicking on the Print button, the following report will print after you select your printer. This report lists all of the completed equipment work orders in EasyM Web. In the Equipment Maintenance History in EasyM Web, there's also an advanced search function that lets you search throughout the maintenance history. To use this feature, you must first go to the main Equipment Maintenance History screen. Then locate the Search tab above the list of completed work orders. Clicking on the Search tab will take you to the following screen. Here you can enter multiple criteria to search for completed work orders. Any work orders that don't match the criteria you entered will be filtered out, leaving only those which match what you entered. The purpose of each data area on the advanced search form is as follows. Date range. Here you can select the date range in which you want to search for work orders. Any work orders falling outside the date range you select here will be omitted from your search results. The right set of three boxes let you select the lower bounds of the date range, while the bottom three let you select the upper bounds. Work order number. If you want to look for a particular work order and you know the work order number, type it here. Assigned to. This drop-down box lets you filter by the person to whom the work order was assigned. Equipment name. This field lets you filter by the type of equipment or equipment name. Only the type of equipment that you entered here will be included in the search results. Internal control number. If you want to filter all of the work orders for only one specific piece of equipment and you know the internal control number that uniquely identifies that piece of equipment, you can enter it here. Manufacturer serial number. If you want to filter out all of the work orders for all the equipment except those which have a particular manufacturer serial number, then you can enter it here. Note that the manufacturer serial number may not be unique in EasyM Web, so your search could pull up work orders for multiple pieces of equipment. Once you've entered all of your search criteria, then click on the Search button to display the list of work orders you're searching for.